coving video you are ever going to need. Check your packaging, it will have 2 dimensions, down the wall and across the ceiling. Measure down your wall and across the ceiling and put a line across both. This will act as your guide for where the coving will go when it is in place.
It should end up looking a bit like this.
Options to add some panel pins here for support whilst your adhesive dries. It also helps if you're on your own and you're putting up a long length of coving. Next, we're going to talk through the angles. The easiest thing by far that I have found to cut my coving has been a standard mitre box. A cheat sheet on how to cut the angles that anyone can crack. I'm just coming up to this corner here. That is an internal corner. If it was external, the coving would be wrapping around the corner. The piece of coving that I am cutting is coming into the corner from the right. Therefore, this is a right-hand internal corner. This here is your standard mitre box, and you can see it has 45-degree angles, which is exactly what we're going to be using today. This one has clamps, that means you can stop your coving at the right depth. As we mentioned earlier, we want it to be 95 mils. So I've measured out 95 mil and I've put my stoppers in the perfect place. The bit everyone gets confused about is the coving goes in upside down into your mitre box. Top of your coving, just put a C for ceiling. My wall edge is against this fence. I'm cutting a right internal corner, which means I'm using this mitre here to go across this angle. I want this piece to be as long as possible. Now, remembering that I'm keeping the piece on the left, I'm going to pull it all the way through the mitre box, so I've got the longest length possible before I make my cut.
I recommend cutting to 2 millimeters longer than your measurement because you can always sand a little bit off. Always offer the dry piece up to the corner or wall before you apply any adhesive to check you're happy with how it fits. Then you can go ahead and pop it up on the wall and ceiling against your guides. We're now doing an external corner, so I am measuring the wall distance. I find it easiest to cut the corner first and then come back to the straight edge. When taking measurements, measure the wall, and when you're putting your measurements on the coving, you put the measurement on the wall edge because the ceiling edge is the edge that will be affected by the mitre. I've opted for a simple butt joint for the straight edges because with a little bit of filler, you really can't see it. Continue this all the way around the room until you have all your coving up.